Hello gorgeous, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a fun scenario to play out. I have been seeing some of my favorite creators do a what would I do if I had to buy all my makeup over again? What would happen if it were lost? If my makeup vanity poof disappeared? That got me thinking, what would I do? Obviously I would be devastated. I love makeup. Makeup is my creative outlet. Makeup is my happy time. I love it. So when I started looking through my collection and deciding what makeup I would run right out and repurchase if I had nothing, it was very interesting. I found myself being a little frugal. I have a collection in front of me of a full face of makeup that I would run out and buy. And surprisingly, only 2 of them are high-end items. That makes me very happy, and I hope that that will be something very interesting to you, because not everybody wants to spend so much money on makeup. We want to find quality makeup at a good price. So if that sounds interesting and you'd like to see me put this look together, then just keep watching. Of course, I started with my brows, and I went right for my e.l.f. brow lift. It is easy to apply. I took my spoolie, I applied it into my brows and waited for it to dry, and then went in with my brow pencil. I like the price, I like the hold. It's a good product. For my brow pencil, I am not super picky about brow pencils. I just don't want it to be too stiff. Even too creamy is gonna make a little more work, but right in between is a great option. And the option that I found that is so super inexpensive, I believe this is less than $4. This is the Essence Eyebrow Designer in Deep Brown. This is a pencil, which I'm shocked that I even took a chance on this, because I've never liked pencils for my eyebrows. I've always liked the very thin twist up. But you sharpen this and it goes on so soft and easy, but you don't have to work too hard. I just sharpen it, and then it's got a built-in brush on this side, which just really diffuses and blurs the brows so that they're not too harsh, too sharp. Love it. For eyeshadow primer, I grabbed my Essence Prime Like a Boss. Inexpensive, silky, dries down quickly. I don't have to set it with powder. I love the texture of this stuff, and the price is right. It's going to help your eyeshadows not crease, help them last longer, help the colors pop. I had to get an eyeshadow primer, and this was a great choice. Prime the face. This is a new for me. For many, many years, I have said that the only really good primers that work for me are high-end, and I'm happy to say that that is true no more. This is my favorite primer. It is from Loreal. It is the Prime Lab 24-hour matte setter. It has 1% LHA plus salicylic acid. I love this. It blurs my skin, it helps control my oils, my foundation looks better all day, and this is under $15. There are other variations of this Prime Lab primer. I believe one for redness, one for hydration, one for pore reducing, although I feel this is pore reducing as well. If you are not a combo to oily skin type like me, I would recommend you try one of the other versions of this, because I've heard good things. But this I love, and for sure will repurchase. I couldn't tell you the last time I repurchased a primer. This, guarantee. Eyeshadow was a hard one, because I, of course, want my Natasha Denona. Of course, I love to splurge on my Pat McGrath. I have some beautiful eyeshadow palettes in my collection that I adore. But if I had to buy everything again, cost is important. And would I go out later and buy those palettes? Absolutely. But day one, purchasing eyeshadow, what I thought was I need something neutral. And when I thought of an inexpensive neutral eyeshadow palette, I thought about Wet n Wild. This is the Always Naked palette. that you can find at Walmart. I know it's on Amazon, but this is just a very neutral browns with some shimmers. I've created some really nice looks with this. For some reason, I like this formula better than the smaller ones that they have at the drugstore. I think I've decluttered all of them. This is nice. There is a neutral version and a rosy tone version. I am more of the neutral version. I have this. And when I wanted color, I wanted something that if I were in the mood for blue or for green or for pink or purple, my first thought was this palette from Uncanbe. This is the Uncanbe Nostalgic 48 color palette, $11.99 on Amazon. And I have had such a good time with this palette. I reach for it all the time. In my vanity, I have my eyeshadows sort of organized, and front and center is all of my really special high-end palettes, and yet this one is in there because I want this close to me, front and center, if I need a color. And it's got all the colors you can think of, and it's got some great shimmers and glitters. You can go warm, you can go cool, purple, green. So for today's look, first I went into the transition, and I just made a light transition on the eye there. And then I believe I went into this green and I put it all over the lid. And then I took this shimmering blue and put that all over the lid on top of the green, because I was trying to recreate this sort of teal look, or at least have those types of shades, which, by the way, if you like this, it is an adorable romper from Temu. Let me know if you want a video on that. I am still ordering from that website and having fun. Clothing, household stuff, makeup, having fun. Back to the eyes. So I took this blue, and then I believe I went back in with this in the crease, and then I wet a small brush and I went in with this shimmery greeny blue shade and put it underneath. A lot of fun. Love this palette. I was thinking about any extra pops, because sometimes the glitter that you choose is not quite as popping, and for me, I love to have a bright silver and a bright gold to pop onto my eye. What I would do in that case is I would probably grab one or more of these Super Shocks from Colourpop. I have this one in the shade Tassle that I've had for a while, and I love, if I wanted a pop of silver in my inner corner right now, I would just go into this and add right in that inner corner this pop of silvery white, and it would make a huge difference. I actually just hit pan. I would like to have a silver and a gold, and for me that would set me up. Or if you're more of a champagne, they have all different shades of those Colourpop Super Shock shadows, and those are easy just to throw a light something on the lid and go as well, if you're more of a not lot of eyeshadow kind of person. For pencil liner, the price is right on my Essence Extreme Lasting. I love this black. I've loved it for years. It is easy to throw on the waterline. It is inky, it shows up, it does not run. This is the first thing I would grab for liner. For liquid liner, I may surprise you, because you know I'm gonna pop a picture anyway. I love the Relove, I believe it's called the Flick liquid liner. I've been using that a lot. However, I did recently pick up a new one from Essence. This is the Essence 24-Hour Ink Liner, and this is what I used today. I've been using it all week, and I've been having really good luck. Easy time applying. I really struggle with winged liner. I'm just not good at it. This eye is good. This eye always goes a little crazy, but I do a little sort of baby wing, not all the way across, and this has been great and also super affordable. I believe it's less than $5. We'll come back to the eyes, but for foundation, my current favorite is this one from Revlon. This is their Colorstay Longwear Makeup. Mine is in the shade 240, $10, $11 on Amazon. You can find this at Walmart. They have a normal to dry version. They have a combo to oily version. I use the combo to oily. This is all my favorite things in a foundation. It is super thin and lightweight. It is a solid medium coverage. It wears wonderfully. I don't get greasy throughout the day. Maybe a little bit of glow will come through, but I've worn this many times and not even needed to touch up. I don't get that heavy feeling in my face hours and hours after I put my makeup on. This, I love. This will for sure be repurchased and would be if I lost all my makeup. I could not help myself. I'm looking through my collection and I thought, if I can't play, if I only have one concealer, what would I choose? And there are two that I chose. The first one is one that I just picked up in the Sephora sale, and this is the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer. I picked mine up in the shade Madeline, thinking that I would like it under my eyes, and I didn't, because it's a lighter shade than I would want, and I'm not sure I like this texture for underneath my eyes. So I was thinking about returning it or finding another home, and then what I decided to do was what I've seen other creators do and use it to spot conceal. And that is exactly what I have been doing for the last week or two and loving it. I take a small brush, tap it in. There are 3 spots on my face that sort of bother me. One right there as well. I don't want to cake up with foundation. I want to keep my foundation as light as possible so that I can look fresh and natural and not makeup-y, and having a really good spot concealer is gonna do that. This is behaving better than any other I've ever had. So I tap the smallest amount and tap it on those spots that I wish to cover, and it's been beautiful. This is a new must-have in my collection. It doesn't even leave the top of my vanity. And for concealer, I hate to do it. There are some drugstore concealers that I like, but when I cannot play, when I want that flawless, smooth, completely brightened and covered under eye, I'm gonna reach for my Tarte Shape Tape. I love this. I have a backup of this. Mine is in the shade Light Sand, and honestly, I have issues with really dry under eyes often, and I do not have that problem with this concealer. My only suggestion, if you've ever tried it and struggled, would be to go very light-handed. A little bit goes a long way, which also makes me feel a little bit less guilty about the price because it's going to last a long time. It also doesn't fade. I've had concealers that look really good when I put my makeup on in the morning, and by 7 o'clock, those dark circles are starting to come through. That doesn't happen here. Setting powders, I grabbed 2. I love a matte setting powder for my face, but I do not want to put that under my eyes. So for under my eyes, I chose the Covergirl. This is the Advanced Radiance. This was a recommendation from Tarte, and she knew what she was doing. Mine is in the shade 110. I have loved it for a long time. I just take my puff, tap it in, and light as possible just to take that shine or that dewiness away. And this is a good one. And for the rest of the face, good old Essence All About Matte. This does not fail me. I technically use this more for touch-ups, but if I were starting over, I would make this double duty. I would set my face with it, which is exactly what I did today, and I would have it for touch-ups. In the cream bronzer category, this may surprise you. I have been loving all the gray-toned contours, but I thought, when I really thought, I wanted a contour that was going to be more neutral, that was going to be easy to apply, long lasting, a little bit goes a long way, blends easily, and that is this one from Milani. Now, I believe that the shade is important. I've heard a lot of people say that the shades are really warm. I kind of feel like I hit the jackpot with this one. I got the shade Toffee, and it looks a little bit dark when you first put it on. Blends really nice. It actually reminds me of my Wet n Wild, which I almost grabbed. What took Wet n Wild out of this scenario is the cap. The cap falls off. That's the biggest downfall. And for cream blush, this one was actually very easy. My favorite cream blush right now at the affordable price, or even favorite cream blush at all, are these ones from J-Cat. This is the Blush Mallow. I think Jen Phelps recommended this. I love these blushes. I think the first one that I got was Dolly Peachy, which is a nice peachy orange shade. The second one that I got was Sweet and Chic, which is a nice pretty pink. And then I recently picked up a new one, and that is the one that I have on today, and that one is Thank You Very Much. What I like about these is they feel creamy to the touch, but dry down almost immediately to a powder finish. They are blurring, they are pigmented, They last all day. They are under $6, maybe even under $5. Super inexpensive. And when I use these, I don't need a powder blush on top. So I have no powder blush on today. This, thank you very much, was all that I needed for a nice blushed look. If you haven't tried this formula, you should. Editing Jen here. Totally forgot to tell you about the powder bronzer. I love the Ulta Baked Bronzer. Smooths the skin, affordable price, neutral tone. For mascara, I wanted something for the day-to-day, easy. I know I can trust, it can build up, it can get me where I want it to go. That would be the Essence Lash Princess. This is a fabulous mascara. I like the wand. It is small, it's not pokey. It builds up really, really easy. I can just keep going and going and going and wiggle and pull and quick and easy length and volume, or take my time and really get all the things. I love this. Under $5. For under the eyes, I'm not going to take a chance with a mascara that could potentially run. That is a constant problem for me. So I wanted tubing, and I love this Milani tubing mascara. Ooh, does it match me? Haha, kinda. This one, it's a wet formula, so you have to be careful. Don't wiggle around too much. Make sure that you let it dry, or if you have a fan, fan your eyes a little bit, especially if you're building it up. If I don't wait, sometimes I'll get a dot or two, and I think it's just from how expression-y my face is. And they just wipe right off with a spoolie. But if I wait, it sets and it's fine. And then at the end of the night, I take warm water and it just falls right off and does not move throughout the day. I love this mascara. For lips, I'm sure there are some of you that could guess it. Of course, I'm going to first go out and grab this Morphe Sweet Tea lip liner. This is what I have on today. It is the perfect nudie brown for me. I can easily fill my lips in. I can get precision with the sharpener. If I fill my lips in, I could just wear it like that. I could throw a gloss on. I could just do a line and add lipstick. So many options. I have multiples of these floating around my house. So I grabbed this one. I also grabbed the same pencil in red. This is the Morphe Well Red liner, in the event I wanted a red lip, because I had to. If I lose everything, I'm going out to buy a nude and a red. That's where I live. The nude lipstick that I chose was the Milani Fetish. This is a fantastic formula. I keep saying I'm gonna grab more of these. I am. I just haven't yet. I need to declutter. But this I reach for all the time. I noticed the other day, none of my lipsticks get this low because I have so many. This is just such an easy, I don't know what to put on. I want something soft and nude, not necessarily warm or cool. I throw this on and I'm good. It dries down, it lasts all day long. If you're careful when you're eating, it won't even come off when you're eating. It fades nicely. It's not super drying on the lips. It's a lovely, lovely formula. And the red lip that I chose, I love Juvia's Place. This red is one of my favorite reds. It's called Perfect Red, and it just goes on so creamy, dries down. It's that velvety blue red that makes your teeth look whiter. I love it. Even the packaging, it's that pretty velvety packaging. And then for gloss, I wasn't playing around. I went for my Maybelline Lifter. This is my favorite drugstore gloss. I love the gel-like texture. It's got hyaluronic acid in it. It lasts a long time. I have mine in the shade Crystal. I think all the shades are beautiful. This is another one that I'd love to have more. And the last thing that I would run out and grab if I lost my makeup would be my setting spray. And I'd pick up my Wet n Wild Fight Dirty setting spray. I like the scent. I like the way my skin looks and feels. Makes my makeup last. The spritzer is not aggressive. It's super soft, inexpensive. Yes. How could I forget my Morphe white liner? Of course I would pick that one up as well. I wear this in my inner corner almost every single day of my life. The teensiest bit, and I feel like this will brighten any sleepy, need to be awakened eye. And that is everything. I'm so curious, what are your can't live without makeup items? If you lost everything, what's the first thing you'd go out and grab? Because I would love some recommendations based on what you love. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing before you leave. I would love to have you join me. I upload videos on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Give the video a thumbs up, it really helps me. And of course, leave a comment. I would love to have a conversation with you in the comment section. Have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one.